Hey everyone, my name is Don and I'm a RevOps manager. I was using Zoho CRM and I'm now on SharpSpring. For more clicks, check out the below. I think that they solve a lot of the different issues around categorization of clientele. In our industry, we have two different markets that we serve and we have two different products. And the biggest issue that we had was that with Zoho, we could only have one avenue for that pipeline management. When we switched over to SharpSpring, we were able to have different pipelines for different products, and we were able to keep everything categorized, specifically of having one client having different pipelines that were all easy to access, and it wasn't confusing, or we didn't have to over engineer or develop our own software to make sure that we were able to keep our systems clean and in check. SharpSpring allowed us to keep up with our clients and the different services that we provide for them in an easy to use tool. So I think SharpSpring is best for the different integrations to their marketing automation software. Seeing how we have team members that are taking a lot of time out of their day for the previous software to use, we've seen that SharpSpring not only enables us to be faster and more efficient, but it makes it a lot easier for our team members to not just create content, but push it out to our clients. We saw that on the previous software that it would take a long time to schedule it, to prepare it, to create the templates. But when we switched over to SharpSpring, it was a much more easier process, and our entire team had a breath of fresh air because they were able to do what they were loving to do, which is generate content, get it out to our clients, produce results for our clients on our behalf. And it just had them it gave them that spirit of entrepreneurialism again, where they were able to do what they love and not just work in a software and able to create results, not just software pushes. I think Zoho's CRM does a great job of having everything categorized in a way that you can have your employees stack up against each other. I think Zoho does a good job of having a way that your managers can see which employee is doing from a managerial standpoint. And from that reason, Zoho does have a superior product, as well as having a more user-friendly interface for a mobile device. If you're looking to have people out deployed in the field doing door knocking or meeting with clients where they need to update their CRM immediately, Zoho's mobile application is far superior. When we were starting up with Zoho, we had somewhat of a difficulty because of a staff member that was not all too technology agnostic. And so we kind of had a few bumps in the road as we were installing the software. When we integrated into SharpSpring and elevated our marketing services, we had staff members from SharpSpring sit down with every single one of our team members at different levels. That from being the CMO or Chief Marketing Officer, all the way down to each individual sales rep. They had different people sit down and walk through the process for that setup. And I feel that once we had SharpSpring installed into our just everyday lives, that it was a efficient tool that it felt like we were using it for years when it was only a couple weeks when we first got up and running. They really did a great job of installing the software and making sure that every employee felt comfortable using said software. I think if somebody's looking at trying to get into a software platform like this, they should really consider how everything synchronizes into the current platforms that you have. How easy it is to synchronize into your website, how easy it is to make sure your CRM talks to each other, and more importantly, if it's able to be a way that you can connect to your email accounts. I think that there was a lot of pain points with previous softwares that we installed about how it felt so disconnected and we had to download files, upload files, download other files, and reload other components, and it just was a little bit frustrating, and we spent a lot of time trying to figure out ways that we could be more efficient. And then when we onboarded SharpSpring, it came prepared for us to use. And so I think that one of the more efficiencies of when you're looking for a new software to implement is how and if it can implement into the current architectures and current softwares that you have in place that you're not interested in switching into. A prime example of that is if a software doesn't integrate directly into your ERP, there's no sense in trying to onboard it or try to push it or try to do a heavy lift. It's oftentimes a challenge where it takes way more time than it's actually worth to try to create a bespoke connection when it just won't happen organically. We loved SharpSpring because it integrated directly into what we were currently using. And we were currently using the G Suite system, so Gmail, Google Calendar, Zoom is something that we have a subscription to, as well as our website, which is built on WordPress. And so, because of all those different unique things that we already have installed, SharpSpring worked with us and their Zapier connection to make sure that everything was synchronized across all platforms. It made everything a lot easier, and a lot of our onboarding process was a lot easier because of that integration capability.